All right, this is the next level mock-up of Black Box game here. I've put it in a little NEMA box. We've got a small LCD here, the I button reader, 5 NeoPixels, and then an RFID reader. On the bottom, we've got 4 lighted buttons, another NeoPixel, a 4x4 keypad, and a larger LCD. If you watch the other video, you kind of have an overview of the gameplay, but we're actually going to gameplay end-to-end of this. I'm going to pretend these are doors or drawers, or these pieces could be hidden throughout an escape room. So when it tells me that I can open number 1, that's going to be here, 2, 3, 4. The order here is not super important. You could mix these up however you wanted, or build it into the box or have it in an escape room. Now the other thing is available to players from the beginning in the way that I'm going to do this is a list of tail numbers and these clues, which once they have all these clues, they can rule out all but one of these tail numbers. And the other thing available or easily findable is this stack of transparencies. The players need something to get started. So those are the 2 puzzles they can do inherently. You could put, if you wanted to make this more sequential, you could put one of the transparencies in with one or 2 of the doors. You could put some of the clues for the tail numbers in with the doors or hide them in the escape room. So I'm gonna put this camera on a tripod and then I'll record just another, I have the battery external just so I can plug it in and unplug it and show you things. But you could certainly hide the battery inside. I want to plug this in and show the screens a little bit here. So when it comes on, when it first powers up, you have the option to go into maintenance mode. This only appears when you first power it, and it lets us go in and do things like replace the I buttons. If you lose one of these guys, you got to be able to replace it. You can replace the RFID card, you can adjust volumes, you can adjust the game time, you can adjust how many rounds of Simon. This is a Simon game up here. You don't want that to be a very high number. It's a really tricky kind of Simon. And as we figure out other things, we'll add more to this maintenance menu as we figure out other things that owners like to adjust. So all that said, let me mount this camera up and then we'll run through the gameplay end to end. All right, so here we are. We've got our closed, hypothetically locked box. You could have a lock here, some pre-puzzles they'd have to do to get to it. Same scenario that we talked about in the first video. Aircraft was stolen. The bad guys programmed the flight data recorder to transmit information back to the other bad guys, and they got to hack into this little box and stop it. So when they get into the box, this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can read the screen on the video. It says system paused, press any key to initialize. If we press the key, it's making some cool noises, which if you saw the first video, this is doing nothing at all. It's just tension building for the players. Maybe meanwhile, they're looking at the transparencies, starting to figure out what are these tail numbers all about. All right, it says all systems online, transmitting data in 20 minutes, press any key to abort. Well, let's just press a key. There we go. Manual override initiated, press A to confirm. So now we got a list of the timer came on up here, if you can see it. And then it says pilot ID, tail number, mission number, A for more, mission time, and abort code. So those are the 5 games the players have to play. The abort code they can only do at the very end after they've done the others. Pilot ID, they might putz around with that, but there's really not a way to get there. Tail number, if you've given them all the clues for the tail numbers and all these clues and then the list of tail numbers, that one they'll be able to solve right out of the box. So I'm just going to do that. And the correct tail number on my sheet, I have it circled here. So it's BA6878C, and then you always press star. All right, so you can see now this light was purple while I was playing that game. Now it's green, so that's one lock that I've undone. Maybe that lock opened another cabinet in this game or something in your room, or just gave them a clue. But we want them to get something for it. And so in this case, I've given one of the I buttons, which is really useless until the very end, but they'll figure out it goes here and try to make it do something, but it doesn't yet. And then they get this thing, it says query response card or authentication pattern. So what this is going to let them do is play the Simon game, which is not one of the games here. I'm going to do Simon, and what you'll see is it turns on the card reader. Okay, so let me do Simon. This might take a couple tries. It really is kind of a pain in the butt, but everybody gets it. So it's blinking yellow, and so what I need to do is actually press red. So yellow goes to red. So you can tell it gave us a happy noise. So now it's going yellow, blue. So that would be red, green. All right, so now what is it? I think that was yellow, blue, blue. Yellow, blue, blue. So that will be red, green, green. So red, green, green. All right. I have this set for 5 rounds. That's totally adjustable. All right, so I think that was yellow, blue, blue, green. So that's going to be red, green, green, yellow. So red, green. Oh, it didn't like how I pushed the buttons. Sometimes these buttons are a little bit sensitive. All right, so now we're starting over. So we only have one color now. So it's blinking red. I respond blue. Okay, so now I got blue or red, green, which is going to be blue, yellow. There we go. So now we got red. Oh no, wait. What do we have? Red, green, red. So blue, yellow, blue. All right. This is where I lost it last time. It's 3. I didn't catch that. Let's see. We got red, green, red, blue. So blue, yellow, blue, green. Blue, yellow, blue, green. Okay, this will be the last one. Thank goodness. I didn't catch it, so let's see. Red, green, red, blue, green. I'm confused already. All right, so it's blue, yellow, blue, green. I gotta see it again. Yellow, blue, green, no, blue, yellow, blue, green, yellow, I think. Oh man, see, this is hard. Yeah, okay, blue, yellow, blue, green, yellow. Blue, yellow, blue, green, yellow. Okay, whew. So yeah, that's one of the trickier games. This card is important. We'll come back to it. But once I solved this, you can see this RFID reader enabled, but I don't have the card yet, so I must need to do something else. So let's do another game in here. The mission number is here, and if you've given them all the transparencies, they can solve that. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up super well, but you can see each transparency has some writing on it. And if you hold it up to a good light source, you can read through all of them. I might try to print these a little bit later. But it's bright enough in my room that I can do this. So if I push 3 for mission number, then the mission number here is CD pound 001 897B. 897B star. Okay, so that's a happy noise. All right, so now I have 2 locks opened. And it opened another door. So in my case, what is in this door is the red key fob and the pilot's ID card. So now I can do the pilot ID number. What happens when I put this card here, if you can see it, I don't know, the timer has switched now to an ID number. It says 593CD001. So that's my pilot ID. So I'll put that one in. 5930001. Oh, I did it wrong. I think there was some letters in there. What was it? 593CD001. 593CD001. There we go. We opened that one. Okay. Now that door, that one could maybe give me, you know, 2 more I buttons. So I'm accumulating these I buttons. I've got 4 of them. There's 5 total. The last puzzle that I can do before I get to the end game here is says mission time. And this sounds tricky, but everybody has figured it out in playtesting. What you have to do is type in this number, but since this number is changing, you need to lead it a little bit. So I'm gonna type, it's right at 13, so I'm gonna type 1250, and then I'm gonna just wait until it says 1250. 3, 2, 1, and push it. All right, and so now that opened my final door, which is gonna give me a black light and a final key fob. So now they've done everything they can. Now they need to solve the final puzzle, which takes a couple steps here. So you can see this button, this lit up. So that means this thing is active. And what happens is when I touch one of these onto here, one of the lights blinks. So yellow blinks the end one, green blinks that middle one. And it takes a minute, but again, in playtesting, they all figured this out. This is the order of these buttons. So black is the first button. They're also reversed just to make it a little bit tricky. That's adjustable. So yellow is at the other end. Green is in the middle. Blue is between the black and the green. And then of course, red is down here. So now this is the order. You can see I put them here. What players now need to figure out, I don't know if this is gonna show up, but in these boxes I've got the black light. In the red boxes, it doesn't matter which side. The red has a 2 in it. The blue has a 3. The green has an A. Yellow has a 4. And the black has a B. The black is unused in the assignment game, but it's still here. So all they have to figure out is that each digit corresponds with one of these. So if I do these in the order that they are here, this is 4, 2, A, 3, B. So that is my final 4, 2, I forgot what it was already. 4, 2, 4, 2, A, 3B. 4, 2, A, 3B. So abort code, 4, 2, A, 3B. All right, it says disabling all data transmission systems. And again, this is doing nothing. It's just, you know, celebration time for the players. And that is end to end. So it's going to do this. It's going to play a cute little song. And I think it puts their time up on there. Yeah, it's flashing their time that they had up here. So this is the game. That's end to end. A lot of things are configurable, customizable. Of course, you can build this into your own game or to your own box. And that's it. Hopefully you like that and it gives you a good vision of how this thing works. And if you have questions, certainly reach out to me. Thanks.